Are we okay? I did tilt it
some.
some. Oh, we're live.
We're a little bit.
It's a little low, isn't it?
Well, or high, depending on your perspective.
Well, if we raised it up like that, like
raise it up just a little.
get
Let me
a get a book or something to stick under the laptop. We're getting books to stack up under here. There we go. Ooh, can you hear that?
Yeah, hold on.
The fan didn't like that.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Are we good? Okay. Okay. We're getting situated here, guys. You have to let me, you can see me. Can you hear me? We're all good.
I have to keep my eyes down or the ring light reflects.
Oh, when you're
glasses, so.
technical difficulties. All right. We'll let some people sign on here, and then we're going to talk about fun stuff today. I think it's fun stuff at least. So I'm excited. We're making things happen over here, guys.
I did a little research today to help people out on traveling and.
Oh, Grandma's Homemade is here, and Hippieista. Look at you guys, Sandra and Brown Eyed Girl. Our fun grand life is here from Kansas. Oh, guys. Yep, we're going to do a good live stream today. Tracy and Lisa Harrigan. We always like seeing Lisa on here. So glad to see Sean looking like his usual self.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah. All right. Hi, Ozark family. Lots of love. From Ohio, from Germany, from North Carolina and Louisiana and Texas and California. Guys, it just makes me happy. So from Cyprus, oh my goodness. That's just wild, guys.
From the Med.
So
the Mediterranean.
England and Florida. What's our gadget showing, Sam, as far as our temperature here right now? 97 degrees here in the Ozarks right now. Fahrenheit, yes. I don't know what the heat index would be, but it's hot.
It's always humid.
Yeah.
So it always feels hotter here than it is.
Oh, Tribal Woman's in the Ozarks too. It says 99 degrees.
So Tribal Woman knows that. It's pretty hot. Feels pretty hot here.
104 in Houston. Hippieista says. Yeah, just hanging up laundry this morning. I was sweating out there, just standing in one spot, hanging up laundry on the clothesline. It's something. Okay, we've got a first question here. We'll let other people log on, and we'll go ahead and do this question. When you go to Kroger, do you and Sean each have a separate account to maximize your savings? Yes and no. Okay, you have a separate card.
My card's what, 100 years old?
His card, yes. And his card, like he has the card, but I have been unable to load any of the digital coupons to his card because there is no recollection of the password whatsoever.
Yeah, it's so old that it may as well not have it. So
yes, he has a separate account, but there are issues.
Not used in many, many, many years.
So, yeah, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
But, Eileen is here too. So very happy Sean's back home where he belongs. Hoping his procedure has good results in the long run. Yeah, me too. I want this done. I think it is done. I'm hopeful it's done.
I hope so. I'm not 100%. I was outside working today and I can feel it that I'm like, I'm not at full strength. I have to rest a little bit more. So.
Have you seen what they say on the Gossip Bakery? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that means.
Is that a good thing?
Gossip Bakery?
I don't know. It's not hitting me as a good thing. Do I want to know what they say on the Gossip Bakery? I don't know
what that means. Is that a website, I guess? I don't know what that is.
Sam, why don't you research that for us and
Gossip Bakery?
See if Mama wants to know. Okay. Hippieista, they have separate cards. So that's a good idea. So everybody needs to hit, the likes. Yes, please. Please do that. Thank you, Amanda. Thanks for mentioning it. I would love to see your home and how you manage the kids' stuff, the clothes and toys. Yes, the organization. I like organization. It makes me happy. So I do have my systems I put in place. What I tell people when people come over, they're like, man, you're so organized. And I'm like, I have more organized with each additional child. Something had to improve as far as organization in this house. So, yeah.
Says no, don't have your kids go to the gossip bakery.
Okay, Sam, don't go.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Okay, we will just not. Okay, do you want to start talking about the topic of the day?
Okay, so we have already mentioned about we want to have some sort of a get together for everyone to be able to meet with you. So we're taking that. We're moving forward with that. It's not final yet, but right now we've talked to someone with a church in Poplar Bluff where they have a fellowship hall that can be rented
With a kitchen.
and everything. And they said I think what they say, 120, 150, something like that. People could be comfortably set there. So, so we're kind of hoping for maybe October 14th. It's
Yes.
kind of no, that's not, we haven't finalized this. So
Pencil it in.
Yeah,
do not use pen in your planner.
Yeah, don't make hotel reservations just yet. Give us a few more days to make sure.
To finalize it. Yeah.
But the nice thing about Poplar Bluff is, and I'm getting into this morning, it's the hub for this area. So there's lots of hotels, restaurants, places to stay. And as far as hotels, they've got everything from your lower end to save money, the Motel 6, Super 8 type motels. And then they have the Hampton Inn, Comfort Inn, Holiday Inn, Drury Hotels, which is like a Holiday Inn quality. So there's quite a few places you could stay. And I would dare guess that since the cost of everything down here is much cheaper than most places, most people would probably be, wow, those hotels are cheap, because most places are more expensive. Everything's more expensive, it seems like, in the country, except for here. We're kind of a cheap place to live here.
Low
yeah. So
cost of living.
Cost of living's
Yes.
low here, so
Yes.
you'll probably think, oh wow, everything's cheap down there. So there should be plenty of places to stay.
Oh, here, Lisa's saying, please remember that anyone flying needs to book flights at least 1 month in advance to get a better price. Okay. So, I mean, we're giving people enough time,
Yeah.
but if you're in that
We're
situation
talking
and you
about
want to come see
mid-October.
us and
And
fly here, isn't that
flights-
wild that people might fly here to see us?
Flights there's a lot of different ways. Let me just real quick on flights. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. The closest airport that has scheduled flights is Cape Girardeau.
Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which would probably be connecting flights out of St. Louis and Nashville, places like that. But then Memphis is not too far of a drive. St. Louis is not too far of a drive if you were flying. I mean, if you were coming from England, you would probably fly just directly to St. Louis, Lambert.
Come from England.
You'd fly to Lambert and St. Louis. I mean, they'd have direct flights over, and then you'd have to get a car and drive on the opposite side of the road down here. But yeah, Memphis and St. Louis would be the bigger airports. The Cape Girardeau is a connecting flight airport. You would not really be able to get a flight directly into Poplar Bluff.
Right.
It's a regional. It's not a scheduled flight airport. It's a private airport. So.
And Lisa says, with her being in New York, it's a 17-hour drive.
That's pretty good trip.
So again, pencil it in for Saturday, October 14th.
That's what we're thinking. We're going to shoot for that. And of course, as soon as we know for sure, we will immediately start making announcements.
We'll make a for sure. Our secondary date is a week later on the 21st. So we're trying to go for that October kind of timeline there. We are looking at an indoor place. Like he said, it's a church's fellowship hall. We were originally going to go with like a park, renting a shelter at a park, but there's just too many unknowns there. It's cheaper to get a shelter at a park, but what if it's rainy?
And really, the shelter doesn't hold that many people.
Yeah.
So an indoor place would be better. That's another thing. And well, I guess we should have talked about this a little bit more. We need some sort of a system to get a head count.
We're open to ideas.
Yeah,
Okay. What is a good way? You guys know we don't know any of these things. What is a good way for us to, I mean, you don't have to RSVP. We don't need to know.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exact. We just need a ballpark, because there's a difference between 100 people are coming or 300 people are coming as far as food.
Or 20 people.
So we, so we want to feed everyone.
Yeah.
So we need to have a general idea, and also it could impact where we have it at. If it looks like 400 people are coming, some of these church fellowship halls are not big enough. We would have to, like Coliseum and places like that. And probably, I mean, we'd have to look at a lot bigger places.
Grandma's Homemade is already saying she and her husband will be there. Oh, and that is another thing too. If it's just, I'm coming, how many people are you bringing with you?
Yes, you say we are coming. We means what?
2 people, or 10 people. Or 10,
yeah. So we would need some sort of a head count system. If y'all got a good idea how we can calculate that on something that people could send messages or post to something, that, because again, just because of space, of where we're going to have it at, and food, we need a general idea of how many people we're dealing with.
And again, if it comes up to it's the day before or 3 days before or whatever, and you're like, oh, my schedule opened up and I can make it, we want you to come. RSVP is not required, but it'll sure be helpful.
Just to kind of know.
Right. To help me plan for food so that I'm buying enough. And that would be awful to run out of food. That would be traumatizing for me to run out of food with everybody there. So. And
I did a little research as far as, by the way, and I should say before I get into this, if you have an RV, a camper, there's lots of places. Poplar Bluff, the nickname of Poplar Bluff is the gateway to the Ozarks. So coming from the east, it's all farmland, flat farmland, until you get to Poplar Bluff, and Poplar Bluff is where the Ozarks start. Mm-hmm. So everything north and west of Poplar Bluff, the Ozarks start getting. So there's a lot of state parks, Mark Twain National Forest, and there's a lot of campgrounds. So there's Lake Wapapello, which is 30 minutes away, would be the closest place that has RV hookups to Poplar Bluff. Then you get on to where the Current River, and then like Big Spring, which is about an hour away from Poplar Bluff. It's gorgeous, gigantic spring, get all this water gushing out of it. There's cave and places to look. So there's RV camping there. So if you got an RV, there's a lot of neat places.
Make a trip out of it.
You can make a several day trip out of it. But what I did do this morning, trying to get an idea of how far of a drive is it for people. So I just picked 6 hours. I thought, I wonder what the radius would be. And 6 hours is roughly 400 miles. So I looked out, and there's a little thing on the computer, and it showed me what's 400 miles away from Poplar Bluff. And I was actually surprised at the number of places that's within 6 hours driving time. So I'm going to start at the west and kind of work my way around to give you an idea. Oklahoma City is about 6 hours away. So if you're in Oklahoma and you live east of I-35, you're within 6 hour drive. Eastern Kansas, of course, all of Missouri is within 6 hours. A little bit of Iowa, so like Keokuk and places like that, and southern part, you're within 6 hours. Chicago is less than 6 hours away. So that's on the far north. So that's all of Illinois. So all of Illinois, southern Illinois is not very far at all. Mm-hmm. And then Cincinnati, Ohio is 6 hours from Poplar Bluff. So that far southern part of Ohio, I know we have a lot of folks in Ohio. Yeah, it's about 6 hours.
Yeah, Ohio was a big deal for our channel.
And then
Sarah's throwing things around in the kitchen.
Think about between Chicago and Cincinnati is Indiana. So most all of Indiana is within 6 hours. Southern Indiana, again, not very far. Pretty much all of Kentucky, all of Tennessee pretty much is within 6 hours. Atlanta, Georgia is 6 hours.
You should all come
from Poplar Bluff.
Come see us.
So that means northern Georgia is within 6 hours, most of Alabama, pretty much all of Mississippi, and of course all of Arkansas. is within 6 hours. So
Yeah.
that just gives you a radius if you're using 6 hours as your time frame, and you can just kind of go out from there.
Aiden here's asking, is it September? This is October. We're talking about October.
Mid-October.
We're tentatively, I want to make that very clear, tentatively planning on October 14th, possibly the next weekend, the 21st. It depends on which fellowship hall we can get. But we want to give you guys a heads up as soon as possible so you can make plans or cancel plans or do whatever you have to do to make this work. But as soon as we have a for sure, date, I will let you know, because I'm a planner and I know how important it is to have that heads up. So
yeah, and we talked about different days of the week, and Saturday would, I think, hands down be the easiest day for people to be able to come.
And Mary, would it be okay if people are willing to bring a dish to pass? I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Yeah. Now we do plan, as of right now, I'm planning on doing the Janice special, which is what I serve when we have gatherings over here at the house. I have several menus that I do, but the main one is that big monster pot of chili with the beef hot dogs and chips. And then people can pick between, do they want just a hot dog and chips? Or do they want to make up a chili cheese dog or a Frito chili pie or just a big bowl of chili with crackers and cheese? That way people have options. And that's what I typically lay out with veggie tray, ranch dressing.
Again, this is one of the reasons we're going to need ballpark is 100 people, 300 people. That's going to change things on food as far as how we.
Am I cooking up 5 pounds of beef for chili or 50? Mama's got to find those sales to stock up on my meat and stuff before this thing. So we want pizza dip. Hippie Easter says, I will make pizza dip then.
And my guess is, and I don't know this for sure, but I don't know of any big events in October going on in the Poplar Bluff area. My guess would be the hotels will be fairly available.
I would think so.
I don't think it's going to be all booked up. I mean, we're not doing this the weekend of the eclipse or anything like that. So I don't think there's any big events or anything. So the hotels will probably be thrilled for you to come.
Yeah.
So because the tourist season is kind of over because of the river and the parks. When you're getting into October, the tourist season has died down, so a lot of those places are going to be more available than usual.
I'm getting tickled over here at the comments. Lisa wants pasta house salad. And where did I see it here? Is it okay if we don't like Brussels sprouts? Yeah, I tend to bring Brussels sprouts to gatherings too. But no, I didn't plan on bringing Brussels sprouts to this. So, but my Brussels sprouts are good. They're good stuff. So, Jenny says, I'm coming in late. What did I miss? Pencil in October 14th. It's a Saturday. Pencil that in on your calendar. That's when we're wanting to have our meet and greet, our in-person get-together here in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. So it is not final yet. It might be the 21st of October, but our plan A is Saturday, October 14th. So, all right.
But yeah, I think, if everything comes together and again, just some sort of way to kind of get an idea of how many people are coming, because again, it impacts where we would have it and obviously the food.
Somebody had said on here to do a separate video and just basically in the comments of that separate video, tell me if you're coming and how many.
How about this then? Since this isn't finalized yet, what if once we have a place reserved and we know it's a go, why don't we make a video of, okay, here it is.
Of an RSVP here on the video.
Yeah, here it is. It's official. We make it official. It'll be this place, this date, this time. And then maybe in the comments, people could yes, I plan to come and we're a group of 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
That would give us a good idea.
Hope you're preparing yourself for lots of hugs, Mary says. Yes, I would love that. I am looking forward to that. I love connecting with people. And online is great, and I really, really enjoy it. But in person, it's just better.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to this day. It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Will you be filming the event so we all get to share the time with you? We'd already talked about that, and I would like to, film for a video. Someone had asked on here about live streaming it, and I'd be okay. I don't know if we could do the whole thing, obviously.
You're starting to get into technology stuff, which starts to get beyond
our.
One thing I would like to do, something to the effect of people who want to do this. It would be neat if people could just say, "Hi, I'm from,
I'm Sally Sue
I'm from Texas," or what, I'm from, where I'm from Denton, Texas, or whatever, and they, that'd be kind of neat to kind of see where all. And obviously, we want to try to keep track somehow of people that show up.
Oh, we'll have to have a book, like a guest book, like a wedding
we want to
has.
map it out.
Yeah.
Who came the furthest? Somebody flew in from Dubai or whatever. I mean, it'd be, I mean, you never know, but
we'll send them home with a jar of jam or something. That's loaf of banana bread. The people from
it'd be interesting who drove the furthest, and then who traveled the driven the furthest would be one thing, and then flying in, because it could be anywhere in the whole world. But,
so I'm excited about this. So.
But we're really wanting to. We've been talking about this, so we're just trying to make this happen.
For really real. Okay.
Real. So, and I haven't really been paying that much attention.
Yeah, I haven't. I've been catching questions here and there, but I'm not keeping up with stuff. Sam, do you know, was there any particular something that was repeated over and over?
Yeah, any type of question we need to address real quick?
Security.
What now?
They're asking about security.
Yeah. That's already also been
discussed.
That's already been discussed. There's going to be security in case the crazies actually want to drive all the way and show up or whatever. That wouldn't.
Yeah. So we will have children. We're going to point this out ahead of time.
A lot of kids. We expect a lot of kids to be there, so we'll have eyes on the kids.
Yeah. So we have friends that have had occupations in security and law enforcement, those areas, and they are being recruited and they are volunteering to help us out on that day. There will be eyes there whose job is to watch my children.
Watch the kids and your kids too, that, make sure nobody's, because people know there's a lot of kids there. Yeah, we'll have people there making sure everything looks cool.
I wouldn't mess with Sean's family, but you can never be too safe. That's smart. That is smart. So, we've already discussed that, and we have very willing friends that will help us out with that. So, and we wanted to put that out ahead of time too, just to deter. If you are a mean person and you're thinking of coming to do something mean, beware.
Is that Sam, Ozark moderator?
Yes, Sam is Ozark moderator.
So it's not at where we live. We don't live in Poplar Bluff. Poplar Bluff is just the nearest city. It's the nearest place of any size where this area where we live in. So, we don't actually live in Poplar Bluff. But
Christina Millington, book your flight now, Christina, so you can come see us.
Give us a few days.
Yeah.
Just as a.
Hopefully we'll have it final here in a couple days. We'll have a, for sure or not happening on that specific date.
Yeah, we'll know something for sure, and then the next step after that will be getting an idea how many people. And then,
Mary,
and we'll kind of go from there.
I wish my health issues weren't so fragile, as I'd love to be there. Janice, I need a picture of you hugging my cardboard cutout of myself. I am a little sad. I'm seeing the comments on here, and there's several that, I know the names now that are like, I can't come. It's too far. My health, there are valid reasons that they can't be here, but it makes me sad.
Flying is like crazy expensive now. I remember back when I was younger, you could fly places. It wasn't that bad, but now I think it's just expensive to fly I don't think you can fly anywhere now, but it's not really expensive.
We haven't flown since
a long
2004. Is that
I think it's been 2004 since we've flown. And
before children
it was
are
starting to get priced
anything.
in, but everything I've heard, it's just they pack you in like sardines and charge you a whole lot of money nowadays. So I think flying's not as fun as it used to be.
What airport is closest to you? I'd be coming from Citrus County, Florida.
Probably Memphis, unless you want to take a connecting flight to Cape. You'd want to see Memphis.
You can't say Cape. They don't know what Cape
Cape
is.
Girardeau.
Cape Girardeau,
Cape
Missouri
Girardeau,
is the closest regional airport.
where you
It's
get connecting
smaller.
flights. Direct flights from pretty much anywhere would be Memphis if you're or St. Louis. See, that's one of those things you'd have to check the flights depending on where you're at. Is it easier to get all the way into Cape Girardeau, or would you just need to stop at like Memphis or St. Louis
And then drive the rest of the way to Poplar Bluff, Missouri?
Which either way, Memphis or St. Louis, you're talking about what, 2.5 hours?
I think it's maybe a little. Memphis may be that, but I think
Memphis
St. Louis is a little further.
Yeah,
I think.
depends
So.
on, yeah.
But I hope you guys can make it work. I hope we get a nice big turnout and there's lots of hugs and we do plan to video for those that can't be there. And I'd like to make this an annual thing if everything goes well and there's interest. I mean, some of you on there may be like, why would I want to go see you guys?
That's the thing. If you're
But we
real
would like
curious, if 50 people show up or 500 people show up, I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we
I
don't
mean,
know.
the channel itself proves how unpredictable.
Yeah.
I just, so,
How about rail travel? Sherry says.
Amtrak goes to Poplar Bluff.
Yeah, there is.
Amtrak, there is I didn't think about it. Amtrak has a stop in Poplar Bluff. Yes. There's an Amtrak rail system.
Thank you.
I don't know.
We didn't even think about that.
I've never traveled Amtrak, so I don't know how that works. But if you're an Amtrak traveler, they actually have a down in the old part of town, right off the Black River. There's train stations there. You can't get reservations. Well, of course, you'd be coming in, however that works. I don't think there's anything there anymore other than I think they just drop you off. So you'd have
call
to
a taxi to get to the hotel. Or something.
There's a taxi service in Poplar Bluff, and to get you to a hotel, you'd be dropped off.
Jennifer
downtown.
says Greyhound goes to Poplar Bluff also. See, I don't know.
I probably I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't traveled Greyhound. I wonder if the train station's the Greyhound stop. I don't know.
The Amtrak that travels through Poplar Bluff is never on time, so if you use them, beware. That's Jess. That's Jess on there. Hi,
so
Jess.
come in a day early? I don't know.
Okay, and someone did ask. I think it's already scrolled up. What kind of hours? What kind of time are we thinking of, and what activities and things like that? Activities. I have not thought of activities. Well, no, I take that back. I've thought about, since it's going to be indoors and the children will be indoors, I would have a table set up with coloring books and crayons and all the art things for children to stay busy with. My children will be bringing board games and card games to play for the children. As far as adult activities and stuff, I don't know. I was just going to sit and talk and hug you guys. That's all I was going to do.
Know each other. And...
Time. Again, pencil this in. This is not in stone. My timeline, I was thinking like 11 a.m. to
4 or 5 or something. I don't know.
At the earliest, 4 or 5 at the earliest. If we get there, if we have a great turnout and we're all having a good time, then I'm fine staying later than that.
Because starting much earlier than 11, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people driving in. And you don't want something starting at 9 o'clock in the morning if you're driving in 6 hours or whatever.
We still have farm chores that'll have to be done that morning, and the food stuff to transport there to Poplar Bluff. And so I think 11 is the earliest that we could probably realistically be there. So there's a Rebecca. Say hi, Rebecca. So, okay. And you guys have to help me brainstorm here, all the things. Be sure you do this, Janice. Be sure you don't do this, Janice. Help me out here because I want to make sure this goes as smoothly as possible.
I do know if you're going to come Amtrak or Greyhound, renting a vehicle is going to be tricky because it's not like they're going to be somewhere where you can.
Can she get some blueberries?
We're not.
Anna's going to get her some
We're
blueberries.
not that big on car rentals and things like that here. I'm sure somehow you can make it happen, but I'm not. It's not like we got an airport where this is an easy 24-hour thing to do.
Maisha worked at a car rental place.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, I don't. That's not a. You'd have to. I think you're going to have to have them at this. I don't think it's a place you can walk in and just, hey, I need a car. I think you got to plan it in advance.
Okay.
It's small enough. All that it would have to be worked out in advance. It's not like at an airport where you can just walk up there and say, I need a car and they get you one.
No, Grandma's Homemade. She's a local to us here. My son rents a car there for work. So.
Okay. But I think you have to do it. I think you have to give them a heads up. I don't think you can just show up and they have cars available. I think it's too small for that. I think you would have to. Probably
she
call
said you have to plan ahead.
Yeah,
that's what she said. Thank you.
It's small. Yeah, I was thinking because it's a tiny little place. They don't have a giant fleet of cars like an airport.
My mom is from Culin. Hey Marie, that's awesome. You should come visit your mom and then visit us. Oh, let's see. All right, guys, I'm trying to scroll through. Wave Abigail if you see this. Miss Mary says. Oh, okay. 9 hours and 46 minutes for me to come. Oh, Bex is here. Hey, Bex. We're planning the meet and greet. Put Saturday, October 14th in pencil. It's not final yet. Saturday, October 14th on your calendar for our meet and greet in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. So we have one church in particular that a friend is affiliated with, and she is trying to make sure that that is a go. And as soon as we get the green light, we'll let you know for sure that it is a go. So, now Catherine says food and chat is all you need. So, and okay, there were a couple other topics that we wanted to hit on. This was the main topic, but one of them was the emails and the messages that you guys are sending me. Okay, so after that last very emotionally draining, dramatic live stream that we did, I got so many messages, private messages, emails, and I was already behind in answering them. And now I'm like crazy far behind. So I am reading them though.
You've got to understand, especially as the channel has gotten bigger, the messages are extensive
and lovely.
And you got to remember, it's not just the most recent video. People are posting messages on all the older videos. So every time we post another video, it just compounds because you've still got all those older videos that people periodically post comments on. It's unbelievable how many comments we get per day at this point.
Well, no, that's just the comments. I'm talking about emails and private messages too.
So it has gotten to the point where it's impossible that everything can get a personalized comment to. There's just no way to have that many. So don't be offended. We're not ignoring
please don't be
people.
Offended.
It's just we're just having to go through to kind of hit a few things if something jumps out at us, something, and then of course the crazy stuff has to be picked out. You have to deal with that first because you need to get rid of that stuff. And I think we've already had a few comments. I think where people their feelings may be hurt or they misunderstand because they're thinking, well, why are you not responding?
Yeah, I'm not ignoring you guys. It's
so many.
I'm overwhelmed.
It's hard to.
And I'm treading water, and I'm trying to keep my head above water over here. This is new for us. It's this has been a big learning curve because things got big quickly. So just trying to figure things out, but this is a good problem to have. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so that you're not worried that I'm ignoring you or that you have offended me in some way. I don't know. I feel like most of the time I feel like I can read the tone of something very well if you're insinuating judgment or if you're curious and, being pleasant. So, Lisa says most YouTubers just go through and hit the love button on the comments to let people know that they've seen and read the comment. And I'm doing that more and more. I'm telling you, whenever I started this, I replied to every single comment because I appreciate you guys making comments on our videos. And I want to connect with you guys. I know it's just my nature. I like connecting with you guys. And it really did bother me when I don't have time to say thank you for commenting, or I'm so glad you're here, or just just an acknowledgement of your comment. I don't have time to do that anymore, and it bothers me. So I'm having to figure out what is practical in this season now. What? Sarah scared you? Oh, Sarah scared her. Sarah is in the kitchen peeling apples. Applesauce is on the agenda for this evening because we're getting. Sarah took your straw babies out of your bowl. Sarah's putting blueberries into your bowl. It's on the table. It's on the table. You gonna go get it? You gonna go get it? You gonna stay with Mama?
Yeah.
Okay,
Willow says, with the amount of people who are following you, I would be shocked if you could respond to all. I know how appreciative you all are. I hope you guys do know how appreciative we all are. And I don't want you to stop commenting. I want to see them. I do read them. And I wanted to say that too. With the emails and the private messages on Facebook, I am reading them all. But a lot of times it's just click on there. What's new? What's new? Okay, read that. Oh, that's so sweet. And then I go do something else. So I am reading them. For me to sit down and things to be calm enough to where I can form a coherent thought and type it out and finish the thought and send it. Those times are few and far between right now. So you're, 99.9% of the time, you have not offended me. And I'm trying to keep up. So, I'm not ignoring you. I see in the chat there too. I'm not ignoring you. There was something else that I wanted to. Oh, the wish list thing. Lots of comments there about the wish list. A lot of people are sending very convicting comments about how they disagree with taking it down. And I am reading those, and we are discussing them as a family, and we are taking them to heart. And I don't know what we'll do in the future as far as the wish list goes, but I mean, you guys are making some very compelling arguments. I love when you put scripture in there too for us to think about. So I did want to touch base on that and let you know that we've had some family meetings around the supper table where we're discussing what is the right thing to do, because ultimately that's what we want to do. We want to do the right thing, whatever that is. So are you watching that baby eat blue babies? No.
Okay, so I just want to review real quick for those who have come in late. Those who have come in late and didn't hear the earlier part. So we're looking at tentatively October 14th for a get together in Poplar Bluff, and we're going to post something when we know for sure what that date, time, and all that stuff. And then at that point, I think pretty much going to be whatever that video is. That's what we're going to kind of use as the idea of people to comment. If you think you can make it, how many people will be in your group, and to give us an idea of a head count so we can kind of plan for it.
All right. Yeah, and I'll make up that video soon. Sam's working on a video today about the little goat babies that have been born here within the last week or so. So that is hopefully going to be tomorrow's video, is a bunch of little goat baby cuteness. So we have big plans for this week. College courses are starting up for Samuel and Sarah. And so we're going to have to squeeze those into an already busy schedule. So, all right, guys, we didn't even go through really the chat questions or
Yeah, we
anything.
just kind of wanted to put that out there and kind of give everybody a heads up, so you can kind of be thinking about it and thinking about if that's going to work for you. Kind of look at your schedules and things like that.
I'm going to go back after this, and I'm going to be looking through the live chat stuff to see what I missed. I can see asking for salmon patty videos and unboxing videos. We have an unboxing video that's already like 90% filmed at this point. We have received more things that we have not even opened yet. So that may have to be a part 1 and a part 2. I don't even know how long. I don't know how much length of time we've already filmed as it is. But what we have already filmed and what we have already received, I do plan on putting out there for you guys. So there will be at least one more of those. So, Sean, are you going to do more videos on the homestead?
Yeah, I got to try to catch up. Right now, of the videos, I've got sponsors that have gotten behind. Matter of fact, this morning I'm kind of getting ground prepped for a sponsor. It's a storage building where a sponsor sent us a storage building, and so I'm getting the ground ready to get leveled off to where I'm going to put that storage building and do a video on the storage building. So I've got some sponsors that we need to take care of first, and then yeah, I've been thinking about various things out here on the homestead that I need to be filming and talking about how we do things out here,
and the seasons are changing too.
Yeah, and then as we transition into fall, how that's going to change. Life in the fall versus life in the summer, and so out here building stuff, putting stuff up, working on the summer kitchen. We got to get the tractor out at some point.
We're at the point too of looking at hiring someone to be doing projects on the summer kitchen. Up till this point, Sean and the boys have done the majority of it. But with the YouTube income now, it's going towards the summer kitchen, and hospital stay derailed the summer kitchen projects. And now he's back at work again. He's a teacher, so he's back at work again for this semester. So we are looking at actually hiring someone to do the things that Sean had intended to do on his own.
Some of the work to get that stuff ready, and just because it's gotten overwhelming with the number of things.
And we now have the money to be that is an option for us. So. Hi, Eileen. I'm so happy to see you. And Rebecca's happy to see you. Yes. I'm praying the summer kitchen is finished really soon. Yeah, there's still quite a bit to do on it.
Yeah, but there's a lot to do on it.
If we can get somebody that could come in, you are too. When is the meet and greet? Okay, Grateful Heart is here. October 14th is the tentative date, not finalized. So put it in pencil. Saturday, October 14th from 11 a.m. till whenever in Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
But we will be putting out a video soon when we know for sure what the date will be. And again, those of you who missed the earlier videos, lots of motels in Poplar Bluff, lots of RV parks in the area. Even cabin rentals in the park. So there's all kinds of stuff.
And fall is pretty here in the Ozarks.
Not that you might have to have more advanced time to reserve some of those, but there's all kinds of places. Airbnb, there's got to be some of them.
We talked about more of the logistics, how to get here, where to stay more towards the beginning of the live stream. So if you did come in late, just watch
watch the earlier.
And we will have more details, obviously, as we get closer and when we get an actual for real this is happening date.
Yes.
Are you going to grow that nettle garden, Janice? Catherine says, it's on my to-do list. One of these days I will get to it. I love medicinal herbs. So yeah, and self-sufficiency. So if I can have my medicinal herbs here on my property, that is a win-win.
Beck's 3.5 hours away. Beck's in Indiana, right? Isn't that right?
Is that
right? Beck's, you in Indiana? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, she was saying up here earlier that she was the youngest. She's a Rebecca too.
Yeah.
And that when her older sisters were talking about how spoiled that she was, she says, now that I see
Yeah,
Rebecca.
Cindy. So yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah, we talked about that. Because we talked about Cincinnati, 6 hours away, Chicago, 6 hours away, and we grab Indiana and southern Indiana, and everything's a lot closer. So yeah, we kind of went over all the people that how far it is to drive depending on where you live at.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Jenny has a question. What's a summer kitchen and what do you use it for? Sorry for being a little ignorant. I've never heard of one. I think it's an old-timey thing. That's probably why you've never heard of it. You're not ignorant. It's just we like old things.
It's an old-fashioned.
Yeah, it's an old thing. So when we say summer kitchen, it's a detached building. So it's in our front yard. It's between the house and the barn. And a detached building, it will have a wood cook stove in it, or it has a wood cook stove in it. We will add a gas range.
Yeah, propane.
Yeah.
Gas.
Refrigerator. And I will primarily use it for food preservation, for canning and things like that, especially in the summertime when I don't want to heat up my house. And hopefully at some point we'll get a, not a dehydrator. Sarah, what's it called? Freeze dryer. I went blank. Hopefully at some point we'll get a freeze dryer. There will be a big open space in the bottom for tables and chairs. So it will be a gathering.
Big meeting room.
Yeah. Not big enough for what we're planning here with you guys. But, you know, like whenever I have 50 grandchildren and they can all come home for Thanksgiving and we can gather there.
It's built windows all the way around it so that it'll have electricity, it'll have air conditioning and stuff, but it's also off-grid capable. So you wouldn't, if you didn't have electricity, you can open up all the windows, let the air through. And it's 2 stories. So the second story is going to be boys' bedroom. So the boys will be kicked out of the house.
They're getting big.
The boys are a bit big, so the boys can live in the upstairs part of the building.
Or maybe we talked about there's room up there for 2 bedrooms on the upstairs of having just 1 bedroom for now, and then the second bedroom might be an office.
Yeah, could do that as an office. So it's. So I'm going to go ahead and put doors at both ends of the put a deck on both ends. So, but yeah, that's the idea of having a summer kitchen where you can cook outside. Back in the old days, it wouldn't heat up your house. The fire hazard wouldn't be in your house and things like that.
Well, and then also too, I did in some of the comments and not here in some of the videos, someone asked about adding on bedrooms for the children and things like that. We're in an earth berm house, which means the north side and the west side of our house is built into the ground.
Yeah, kind of like we're sticking out of a hill.
Yeah, it's not real easy to just expand.
Yeah, and building onto the front wouldn't really work the way the house worked. So yeah, so the only way to have more bedrooms is like what we're doing, a separate building. It's just because of just the way the property's laid out.
Yeah, so that's what it is. We're at 48 minutes now.
Okay.
We said we were going to keep this one under an hour because it's hot outside. So he's working outside and then he's taking breaks because he's working on that metal building video for that sponsor.
Yeah, I'm getting a foundation in place, getting everything nothing's level. That's one thing about the Ozarks. You can't do anything. If something's 3 feet wide, it's on an alley. Nothing is level here. So any type of a building, you have to do a lot of stuff in advance to level it off. So that's what I'm doing right now.
So, and I've got a video to finish up with Sam on the baby goats. Sarah's making applesauce in there today from the apples from our fruit trees, and possibly banana bread as more time. I don't think I'll get to it though. She just hollered at me from the kitchen. So that's probably not happening. And then animals, we're watering. This whole week's going to be tricky because it's supposed to be so crazy hot. So checking on animals, refilling water, that's going to be an additional to-do list for the remainder of the week. But I have to balance the checkbook and do the budget. I usually do that on Sunday evenings is I put in all my receipts from all my shopping and balance everything out too. So that's my to-do list. What's for dinner tonight? Grateful Heart wants to know. So I have boiled up 2 of our chickens. You know, we raise a year's worth of meat birds. And so I have a freezer full of a year's worth of whole fryer chickens. I boiled up 2 of those this morning. I still have to pick the meat off the bone for that. And in the freezer, I had it was like 1.5 spaghetti squashes that I had baked months and months ago. And that's the kind that when you take a fork to it, it shreds. So it looks like spaghetti noodles. And so I have those cooked and in a Ziploc baggie in the freezer that's thawing out. There is a Trim Healthy Mama cookbook recipe for a spaghetti squash casserole. It's got chicken. It's got kind of like an Alfredo sauce in it. So, and it's really, really good. So that's what's for supper tonight. All right, 50 minutes.
Okay.
I think we're doing good. We said under an hour. I'm
So-
feeling accomplished here, very disciplined.
So yeah, be looking for that video. We'll put that out.
And be thinking, figure out all your details so you can come see us.
Yeah. Is there something we're not thinking about? Is there something that it's just like people mentioning the Amtrak and the Greyhound?
Yeah.
That wasn't even on my radar, and I need to think about that as far as, yeah, I mean, you get dropped off in
And then what?
downtown. I mean, I can imagine it.
Well,
They drop off at 3 a.m. down there. You want someone to get you out of there quick.
if we have people
Yeah.
coming on and commenting on the video, I'm here, come and pick me up, that would be
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to do that,
Yeah, we're
you
not
guys.
supposed to shuttle everybody. But yeah, I might need to. If we are going to have people coming in, I need to find out. Come to think of it, I do think Greyhound might be dropping them at the train station. That
Yeah,
might be the place. So
Might be.
if you are getting dropped off down there, not to run down Poplar Bluff, but it's not exactly where you would want to. You couldn't walk to anywhere from there. It's old town, so there's no modern
Yeah.
businesses there. So none of the hotels or anything are anywhere near. It's in the old part of town. That's where you would end up getting dropped off at. So you would want to have arrangements to be shuttled out of there soon to the more modern, newer part of town where everything is at. You wouldn't be walking anywhere from there or anything like that. It'd be too far away. So
Tony wants a tutorial on Sarah's braids. Sarah, yes, I need to do a video on how you fix your hair up. Okay, I'm going to tell you the story behind Sarah's hair real quick. So Sarah has been growing her hair out for how many years? 4 years. Going on 5 years, she says. She was 12 when she started growing it out. There is this book series, The Red River of the North. Okay, series of books by Lorraine Snelling. Okay, she's telling me if I get it wrong. Red River of the North series by Lorraine Snelling. It is about a family that immigrates here from Norway in the late 1800s? Yeah. Okay. And it describes the hairstyle of the characters in there, and they have the crown of braids around their hair. And Sarah fell in love with that idea, and she has been growing her hair out so she can do that. And now it has finally reached a length here, like within the last month or two, to where she goes like 99% of the way around her head. And she has a friend that is wearing her hair the same way now too. So all the cool homeschool girls here in the Ozarks are wearing their hair that way. And that's where it came from, was that book series that Sarah fell in love with. So, and it looks beautiful on her, I think. So, okay. All right. In the comments, let me know if there's things we're forgetting or things we need to remember to do.
things
And
we need to
otherwise,
check on,
we'll
things like, so.
we'll hop off here and get to doing the next right thing. So I don't know how many times a day I say that to children. Focus, focus. Let's do the next right thing. So I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully there will be a cute little baby goat video out tomorrow. So bye, guys. It was good to visit with you all.
Bye-bye.